Yeah, let's talk about some real today. Ain't nobody talking about nothing real no more. They wait for Cat Williams to come back and drop another interview. They ain't talking about no real no more because I was sitting on this for a while. I wanted to see what people said over time. What I've seen recently is I would say about 60%, 65% of the people when they bring up, because I keep seeing them bring up Justin Bieber and Diddy situation, and I don't know really all the full details of what happened. His mom was around back then. I didn't know until Justin Bieber started getting tattoos that he actually had a dad that was around. Cause back then they used to only show his mom and his dad. They like he was never around or whatever. But he had a dad that was around the whole time back then that he knew of. So I was thinking, all right, if he was, him and his dad is close to the point where they getting the same tattoos and everything, why don't he just have him as an assistant manager or tour manager or something? That's what I was thinking in my mind. Like, okay, I was thinking this way when I was a kid. I was like, man, if Justin Bieber has a dad like that, and his mom is always around, but she's really not around because that Scooter guy was around. And you know what's crazy? Don't nobody want to hold Scooter accountable. That's the crazy part about it. Scooter was his manager, and Scooter was responsible for a lot of places that he was going to and the supervision around him. People have to realize when you have a manager, just like Usher's manager was his mom, and he ended up firing her when he got grown, but she was the manager. So at least Usher made one of his parents a manager, even though everybody say all the stuff that was going on back then. She was around back then. I'm not saying she was around, but all the stuff was going on. She was a manager. But my thing is, don't nobody know nothing about the Diddy situation. So they're making it seem like, okay, so Justin Bieber had his mom, he had his dad, he had the dude Scooter that was around. Now people could say, well, they couldn't get into certain places. Scooter was around. So why is Scooter basically letting situations that people are saying happen? Why did that happen, allegedly? I'm hearing people say that Bieber had situations and they possibly got sexual with other celebrities or whatever. We already seen one celebrity on video, I ain't gonna put it out there, where Justin Bieber was literally, you know what I'm saying, looking like he was having intercourse with a man on video, allegedly. Another male celebrity. So that's not something that's far fetched. But my thing is, where was dude's manager the whole time? Like that's what I don't understand. They keep bringing these kid celebrities around grown ups, but then they ain't got no supervision. I never understood that. So all these years they been watching kids, making sure they safe and everything else. But as soon as you go to a Diddy party, you let them go loose. Well, we gonna pick you up when we come back. You don't do that around no grown ups. You don't drop no kids off around no grown ups. So a lot of people looking at Justin Bieber's mom is like, bro, what has she been doing over the years? Then she's super famous. She got like 1 million followers. Bro, I don't know no singer's mom that got 1 million followers. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't know the mom of any singer, and she look like she has her own stuff going on, her own career or whatever she's trying to do. When you got 1 million followers, you could turn that into something. I mean, come on, you got 1 million people following you. But that just goes to show how much her celebrity really has mattered. She has turned her own situation into a career or a situation allegedly. But for Justin Bieber to be out here and people saying, well, he had this with Diddy and that. I mean, if they can prove that, they need to take that to court then. Right now. If anybody can prove that with Diddy and Justin Bieber, he's done. But also, will everybody else be responsible for, child endangerment? Stuff that is a real law. That is a real charge that you can get charged with. Child endangerment is a real thing. Or is that going to be past the time limit on that? Because from what I'm hearing right now, it's a lot of serious charges being passed around by real newspapers. Real articles being passed around. I'm talking about there's a lot of articles being passed around talking about Justin Bieber's mom saying, I'm sure I made mistakes along the way. If all this happened, you made a lot of mistakes. And it ain't gonna never change, because if you got people, grown-ups, dropping off kids around other grown-ups, and you got the chance to supervise, you can have the manager scooter. When you pick a manager, you making sure that your child is gonna be safe. So the responsibility, even though we already know if a person harmed them as a child, well, they need to be responsible, held in court. They need to take it to court, and there need to be some charges put down. But if you're a parent and you know about it, or you got something and you hearing about the rumors and you ain't questioning it, well, you need to be questioned. Because I'm seeing a lot of rumors about Bieber going around. I ain't hearing nothing from his mom. She ain't saying, well, why are they bringing this up? When this happened? She's not really concerned. That's why I ain't jumped out there like that. I'm like, bro, his mom got 1 million followers. I'm pretty sure somebody told her about the rumors that's floating around. And the only thing I've heard her say is about I was Justin's mother. I was accountable for any documents I signed or any deal I authorized. I was afraid of making a mistake. This ain't about documents. Put him in a path. She said she didn't want to put him in a path of unhealthy and long-term relationships. Man, that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Why is this man being dropped off with so many people all the time? That's the rumors that's going around right now. That this boy was getting dropped off when he was a teenager boy. He was getting dropped off with everybody. And he had a whole manager there. So I'm questioning Scooter. People saying, well, Usher wasn't his manager. He was a person who was executive. But the manager who's at every party, every concert, every event, every birthday, that's Scooter. Allegedly. So why is he ain't around when all this freak off stuff was going on? Why would they leave him solo dolo? So it ain't gonna never stop. I mean, it could be, they could put Diddy away and everything else, but as long as people are willing to drop people off and freak offs, underage children as freak offs, then you're gonna have issues forever, for the next 1,000 years, until that get addressed. But if you ain't getting held accountable for being irresponsible doing that, then that's irresponsible. If you're not being held accountable for being irresponsible like that, that's not a good look. It's not. And a lot of people saying, well, yeah, this person they get locked up, bruh. It's dudes that been in the record the music business longer than Diddy. Somebody groomed him, and then he groomed somebody else, and it ain't gonna never stop. Hurt people, allegedly. So if they groomed Diddy, all these older guys, these old men who people don't want to call out, they scared to call out the men who helped get Diddy in the position he in. They don't want to call that out. It starts with Diddy and ends with Diddy. People been calling out Diddy for years. That's the easy part. We already been calling him out a long time ago, and I wonder why other places be not calling him out. But either way, man, the kid still got dropped off and wasn't really looked over like that. Man, ain't no way. My mom would have lost her mind when I got dropped off somewhere. Hey, they had cell phones back then and everything. There's no reason why you shouldn't have been able to keep up with what he had going on, or his manager. Everybody responsible. See, if this story turns out to be a real thing, because I see them kind of just itching on it, itching. Turn it to a real story. But it's going to get real dangerous for everybody. You can't just put the responsibility on one person. Because they making it seem like, okay, if he was at a freak off or whatever, that means everybody that was at the freak off was in trouble. Everybody. I hope everybody understand that. If it was 100 celebrities and they all notable, because I've seen a couple of guys at certain parties that's celebrities right now that ain't getting looked at. Yeah, I remember when Jamie Foxx jumped up and was like, oh yeah, Diddy be at these freak offs doing this? At these parties. You remember when he was telling them stories about them parties? Jamie Foxx was. So that's just a couple of names that was at the parties. But if these parties get real serious, and these charges of freak offs get real serious, it's gonna be a lot of people to point fingers at. So they better hope ain't no underage kid like Justin Bieber was actually around at no freak offs doing whatever. Because everybody going down. It's a lot more serious than what people realize. So they better make sure that when they playing around with these stories, you better make sure that you know what you're talking about. Because, like I said, if it's actually true, everybody need to go down. Everybody. That's how you stop it.